Hey guys. Okay, so today I wanted to go over a few of the tarot decks I use. I offer several types of readings on my site, ranging everywhere from I think maybe $35 on up, depending on how many questions and just how detailed of a spread. So I thought I would show you a few of my favorite decks and one that I'm just learning. And yeah, why I use certain decks for certain readings. So the first deck I want to start with, which is gotten a ton of controversy, and it's so silly. I can't even tell you how silly it is. So I saw this deck on Instagram, and it was just beautiful, and it spoke to me, and I had to have one. So the box looks like this. If you can see it, it's called the Ghetto Tarot. Okay, the Ghetto Tarot deck. Now, this is what happened with the controversy, is people got on my site and they started getting upset because I was selling the Ghetto Tarot deck. I didn't make the tarot deck and I didn't name it, okay? These are photos from a Belgian photographer. She went to Haiti and did this project, and these are photos of people in the slums of Haiti, or the ghetto of Haiti, the ghettos of Haiti, I should say. This is not saying this deck is ghetto. That's an insult, and I understand that terminology and that's slang, but that word came from someplace which originated with the ghettos that the Jews were put into, which I'm very familiar of, being of Jewish descent. I know exactly what a ghetto is. And I know that because you say something is from a ghetto or you take pictures in a ghetto does not mean it is the slang terminology ghetto. People who think that and can't differentiate between the two, I'm sorry, but it's very uneducated. So yeah, so this deck is not offensive. These are pictures in the ghettos of Haiti, and each one is a scene depicting the meaning of that card. This is a traditional tarot deck. So, well, it's traditional. It is traditional. This is the only reason I'm going to point this out is because they have brooms instead of staves or wands. So I just wanted to point that out. But other than that, it's traditional. Okay. So really, really gorgeous photography. Unfortunately, I can't get any more decks, so I can't. I won't be offering them on the site. This is what the box looks like. If you can get it, if you can find it online anywhere, good luck. And if you can, I would buy one. So it comes with a little booklet here. I think there's little sample spreads, little sample photos. If you're really new to tarot, this is a very easy deck to work with if you're new to tarot and you're interested in this deck. The only thing I would say about it, my hands are average size. I'm really small. I'm not even 5'1", but I have average size hands, I think. So the only thing I'm going to say about this deck is it's a little large to be like shuffling. I do like the size for spreads because like the photos of the spreads for your clients are really nice and large and beautiful. But it's not the easiest one to shuffle. So I'm not even going to say it's a negative thing because I love that deck so much. This deck I use mainly for people looking for guidance with the next step of life, or maybe what opportunities are ahead. This is sort of like a spiritual guidance message delivery deck for me. I don't like to use it for matters of love. I don't find that it reads well for that. This is more like what's ahead for you. What are your spirits trying to tell you? What are your ancestors, your guides trying to tell you? So it's a really good like foresight, long-term opportunity type deck. This is the deck I'm learning right now. Nice size, very small. This is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot by Louis Martinet and Sally Ann Glassman. Sally Ann Glassman is our current voodoo queen in New Orleans. If you don't know about her, please look her up and read about her. She runs the Island of Salvation Botanica there, which is where the new shrine to Marie Laveau is, since Marie Laveau's tomb is no longer open to the public, and you have to purchase a licensed tour guide to take you in to see it now, which I a lot of people are very upset by that, but I can tell you that if you are at all concerned on having that beautiful Mecca and monument preserved, this is the best way to do it. It stops people from going in. As we know, several years ago, it was painted a bright bismol pink, and by removing that, it was deteriorated and destroyed some of the plaster of the tomb. So it needs regular repair as it is, and that didn't help. So this is going to cut back on vandalism and like people taking chunks of it, people painting it when they're not supposed to be painting it. Honestly, I see it as a way to protect it and maintain it for futures to come. And if there's something that we can do to preserve that tomb so that my children and my grandchildren can go visit this sacred spiritual place, then I'm all for it. So if it cost you, $30 to go see it, let me tell you, that's nothing compared to the experience that you'll have there. I'm fortunate I got to see it before you had to go with a tour guide, so I actually got to spend a lot of time there. But it's still totally worth it, so don't let that detour you at all. Okay, New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Like I said, nice size deck. This is set up a little bit like the Thoth deck is. Not a traditional tarot deck. There's like all kinds of stuff going on in here, which is why I'm currently still learning it. It's going to take me a while. I don't usually work with decks like this, and there's so much in here. That's what the back looks like. There is just so much going on. I really, there's really amazing cool cards like, Ancestor card and Marie Laveau card and, Dr. John card and all these different Orisha are, represented, Grambois, and here's Ochosi. So, yeah, there's, then you have you have all these really interesting Ancestor cards, Santero cards, Mambo cards, different facets of Loa and some Orisha mixed in there. So as we know, Loa and Orisha can have very similar names because they're very similar depending on the path. They're just basically two sides to a coin. There's different facets. It just depends what path you're on. So yeah, so that one I'm currently working on. That comes with this nice big book, which is super helpful in learning it, because like I said, it's a little tricky. It's not the easiest deck in the world. So I'm glad I have this book, which is very helpful. So I'm going to do this last one. I made this a little shorter video for you. This is my old-timey deck here. This deck has been in my family for about 70 or 80 years. Long time. Some of them cards are kind of bent up. They got creased because my kids got a hold of one or two of them when I was little, or when they were little. They're a little yellowed, but this is the Aquarian deck. I'm constantly asked online when I use this deck what deck it is. This is the Aquarian deck. Now it has a different backing. The new copies don't have this royal blue backing. There's some kind of design on it or something, some type of pattern. So people always ask me, oh, how did you get that deck? It doesn't have that ugly design on the back. And I'm like, well, because I've had it forever. So this one, this is definitely the one I do my love readings with. It has really sort of interesting, almost Art Deco in some, and Art Nouveau in others, like the sort of the flowers. That's not a great representation of the Art Nouveau look, but I'll find some for you. This is the one that I find really works best in matters of love. So if I'm doing a reading for love for you, I will probably use this deck. I can't say always. I always go with my instinct, my intuition. It has never steered me wrong in my life. So if I'm called to use another deck, that's what I do. I've actually got plans to possibly have some of these cards tattooed on me. So I'm trying to find you some of the really beautiful ones. Art Nouveau and Art Deco are like my two favorite types of design. This is the Lover's card. You can see it's pretty interesting. The detail. This has some tape on it. Sorry, that's one my kids got and they ripped it. So it's a little shining there, shining like a diamond in the camera. So yeah, there's some really, I mean, it's just really neat. This is Temperance card. Really cool illustrations. I love it. I've had it forever. It works great. Here's the World card. Super interesting stuff. So yeah, so those are my tarot decks. If I do a reading for you, chances are I'm going to be using one of the Ghetto tarot deck or my Aquarian tarot deck. Those are my main two that I love right now and I feel work best for me and work best for my clients. And if you would like to schedule a reading, they are available on my site. It is www.shop.conjuredcardia.com, and I have a whole price range of readings available. And yeah, I would be happy to read for you if that's something that you're interested in. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and thanks for watching. Bye.